evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend. It was nice and sunny here in Provo, Utah. We have an amazing guest today. She has done extensive research on her subject, and I would say she's an expert in her field. She loves going to the gym, hanging out with friends, and eating sushi. I'm excited to hear from and learn from her this evening because she has a lot of good information to share. Trust me. Without further ado, here comes Erin Foster.
Thank you. I feel honored and blessed to be here with you all tonight. I'm very excited and anxious to discuss this topic. The topic of a child, a small human, and how they have no control over how they are raised, but it will affect them for years to come. Alright, just a quick introduction on myself. My name is Erin Foster. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was born and raised there. And I am a student at Brigham Young University. And I just spent the past few weeks studying and researching the negative effects that screen time will have on children. As a teenage girl trying to make money from my shopping addiction, it was inevitable that I would babysit. Babysitting and nannying was my primary source of income for 3 years. Meaning I was always with kids. My senior year of high school, I did online school, meaning that I had the open availability that moms wanted. I was a full-time nanny for one family, and I would get the kids up in the morning, feed them breakfast and lunch, and then fill the in-between time with exploring the outside and keeping the 3-year-old busy, like so. I also babysat for another family on the weekends, which consisted of keeping a 12-month-old baby busy. The 3-year-old was always begging me to watch or play something on my phone or do something that involved a screen. The 12-month-old would even point to the screen and would scream or cry until I turned on their favorite TV show, according to their parents. The screens have captured the children. Even 12 months old knows what a TV is and has a favorite TV show. Oftentimes, I'd let them watch the TV for about 30 minutes and it would look something like this. Happy and intrigued and quiet. Then would come the worst behavior imaginable, and it would look something like this. They would get fussy, irritable, and not listen, and would get even mean. The kids would always get more antsy and short-tempered after technology had been involved. These experiences had me wondering why children are so attached to screens and why their behavior changes and what effects screens have on children and their health. Today, I will be discussing how technology or screen time has a negative effect on children's development, health, and attitudes. The first aspect of a child's life that's affected by screen time that I wanted to discuss today is their development. A child's development is arguably the most important part of their childhood. It is when they develop their personality, their beliefs, and their experiences. It is how they become them. In childhood, the brain is not fully developed. Children's brains are extremely flexible in this period. These learning opportunities are a critical development point in children. Through the natural exploration and discovery of their own world, new connections between neurons are formed and existing connections are strengthened. Technology has halted the children's ability to explore and discover their own world. The American Academy of Pediatrics has discouraged parents from exposing children under the age of 18 months to any kind of screen time at all, and for 2-year-olds to have very limited to none at all. The longer a child is exposed to a screen, there will be an increase in behavioral issues. Researchers at the University of Istanbul studied children and specifically how technology affects their development. Mr. Fogilo is the head of the research team, and he discovered and made the statement that overuse of technology in early childhood has been found to relate to the cognitive language and social and emotional delays. Technology is ruining children's brains before they even have the chance to fully develop and get all the neurons intact. It is causing delays in childhood, and those delays will only increase as the children gets older. In another study performed by the research of American Academy of Pediatrics, it was found that in groups of older children, increased time spent watching television is negatively associated with executive function due to its impact on attention capacities. The definition of executive function includes keeping multiple pieces of information in mind and manipulating them into working memory, and flexibly shift attention between multiple stimuli and pursuits of goals. Older children's executive function is being affected by technology, so that means even younger children's brains will be affected significantly more than the older children's. In addition to screen time having a negative effect on the development of children, it has also been tested and concluded multiple times to disrupt the attitudes of children. Dr. Tamine and the other doctors in the Department of Pediatrics in Alberta, Canada, conducted a study and discovered that an increase in screen time in children 3 to 5 years old will result in behavioral issues or attitude issues. In the discussion of their research, Dr. Tamina stated, in a dose-response manner, children exposed to more screen time at either age 3 and 5 years old show significantly increased behavioral problems at 5 years old in univariate analysis. Briefly, children who watch more than 2 hours of screen time a day had increased externalizing, internalizing, and total behavior problem scores compared to children who watch less than 30 minutes. The research not only discovered the increase of behavioral problems, but also discovered that anything more than 2 hours is far too much technology for children. In addition to screen time affecting physical development and attitudes of children, it is also affecting their health. The use of digital technology has been associated with physical inactivity, obesity, and sleep problems in preschool and school-age children. The same group of researchers at the University of Istanbul that studied the negative effect of screen time on children's development also studied the negative effects on children's health. A few statistics that the group of researchers discovered were shocking and somewhat disturbing. The rate of obesity in children has tripled in the last 20 years. For the healthy development of children, 3 to 4 hours of daily physical activity and social interactions are needed. Excessive use of technology is linked to lifetime obesity and cardiovascular risk, and this relationship is now observed starting from early childhood. The excessive use of social media during the preschool period is associated with low but significant increase in BMI, laying the groundwork for weight gain in later childhood. These researchers also discovered that a steady increase in the use of digital technology at home and in a school environment has been reported to cause an increase in musculocutaneous problems. This research backs up the original argument that screen time is negatively affecting children. Psychological factors such as anxiety and also semantic issues such as headaches, abdominal pain, and musculocutaneous disorders are associated with sedentary activities such as technology and screen time. Playing with toys should be encouraged in place of watching screens in order to minimize the risk of potential musculocutaneous disorders and sedentary lifestyles. Conscious instruction manuals for tablets and other technological devices should be provided to parents and caregivers so they are aware of these risks. There are many experiments and outcomes that have proved that technology is bad for children, but the media has also sucked parents into the easiness of giving a child a tablet. Companies are very good at advertising for the helpless parents. The media sucks the parents into thinking that they can just give them the technology and it will teach them through videos. There are many games and videos that will set a child ahead of the rest or teach them useful skills, as they like to say. A study published in the journal Psychological Science looked at whether a video designed to increase a baby's vocabulary actually worked. The babies watched the video for a month, and researchers found that babies who watched the video had not increased in any more words than the babies who hadn't watched the video. Not only had the babies not learned more words, but also what sort of deficits did their health, attitude, and development undergo. There are numerous cons to technology for children and no pros that have been proven otherwise with research and experiments. Alright, so what? What does the future look like and how can we change the future for these kids? Technology is very evident in our day and age, and that is not going to change. No, we cannot go back and alter the way that we were raised or change the deeds that have already been done. But what we can do is inform others of these negative effects of technology on children. We can tell them just how critical these years in life are for a child. The fact of the matter is that people do not know. Mothers do not know how horrible screen time and just simply how bad technology is for children. The only thing that we can do is educate ourselves and the other people around us. If the children's development, attitudes, and health is continually halted, then it will affect an entire generation and generations to come. We must educate the people around us, encourage them to do better and be better, not for us, but for the kids and future generations. Technology may seem like an easy alternative to playtime for parents. The technology is doing significantly more harm than good. Through extensive experiments, testing, and research on the effects of technology on children, it has been constantly proven to strictly be negative. Technology on children halts and negatively affects children's development, attitudes, and their health.